Alright guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video, I am going to show you how to get more out of your scallion, your thyme, and even onion, garlic. I'm going to show you how to keep those condiments, those spices fresh for a longer time, especially this, the thyme and the scallion. Alright, so for this video, or for this exercise rather, what you would need is, you can use any little container. So I choose to use a 1 gallon bottle like this, and all you need to do is just cut it open right here to create a pot. Right? But if you don't want to do or go this method, you could use any little container that you have. Maybe if you have a whole flower spot at home, you can use that. Alright, one drawback that I don't like to use this is that since it is clear, as soon as when you have roots going, since root don't like light, then you're going to have some good problem. Alright, so what I do, if I'm going to use this, you can paint the outer part of it, or you can just wrap it with a plastic bag, a dark plastic bag, or you could wrap it with gift paper. Alright, to keep the root area or the soil environment a little bit dark, because root love darkness. As you know, soil is dark, so, and that is where the root goes, so they don't like a lot of light. So alright, for this exercise I went ahead and I have actually pre-prepared a pot, alright, or a makeshift pot for you. So what I did, as I said, was just to cut the bottle, put some sand in, some gravel rather, to about this level, right, and then I fill the rest of it with nice garden soil like this. And of course you're going to need your scallion and your thyme. Of course this thyme that I have here is all dried up, so this is not going to be able to work. But when you go to the supermarket or to the fresh market, the ground provision, to buy your ground provision, you normally get green thyme. You can use that green thyme, right? And of course most of the times, well, so in a way it's a plain word. Most of the time the thyme comes with roots, so you can actually see the roots and them same, and that is what you want. But the scallion is green and you can use this. So you may ask, why you want to do this exercise? Well, for me, most time you buy a scallion and you put it in your fridge and the scallion stay there and then it stay like this, and after maybe 2 weeks, you know, if you don't use up all of it, it is withered away, dry away, and most of it is wasted. So to prevent that, and especially now, since we have the whole, you know, virus thing going on, I don't even want to say the name, you know, you guys want to ensure that you get the best buck or the best bang for your buck, right? So what you want to do is to extend all the life of your vegetables so you can have them fresh and growing. So I'm going to show you how you're going to prepare this. So of course the pot is already prepared. What you want to do is use your knife, right, and you remove these dry parts, right? Of course, if this was coming fresh from the market, it will be mostly green, so you wouldn't have most of this to encounter with. So you want to remove this, and you want to ensure that the root area right here is properly cleaned. And of course, if you can see clearly, you can see some little roots coming out, and that's what you want. Right, and you prepare it like this. And again, remember, you will never, if you do this, you can buy these things like once every 4 months, or even every 6 months, because I'm going to show you how this is going to be able to sustain you and to sustain a kitchen, and maybe even your neighbor. Right? So you clean it up like that, and you just use a knife, or you can use a finger, and you made a little hole like that, and you put it in, right? You put it in firm like that, and you want to ensure that you water it when you finish. Now, what you do when you finish with this, as I said, you water it and you want to put it where it is getting not full sun directly, but maybe you can put it at a window where you're getting like 60 to 70% light, 30% shade, and that's what you want. Maybe you can put it on a veranda close to where you have the sun rising and where the sun setting. You can put it there. Now when you're ready to cut or to use a piece of scallion, what you need to do is just go ahead and just use your scissors, because if you use a knife you may actually damage the root system or disturb the root system. So you just use a pair of scissors and you just cut a few leaves. Even if you cut it all the way here, cut back all the way here, it will still reproduce. It will still send up new leaves, because this is just like maybe similar to grass. As you know, if you cut your grass, it's going to spring up. So each time you cut it, it's going to spring up. And this is how you can keep your scallion fresh for a very, very, very long period of time. And as I said, you can supply your neighbor and you will have fresh scallion. And also, it is actually a good insect repellent. So for those of you who have potted plants, you can actually do this, put it in your garden, and the pungent smell that is coming from the scallion will actually repel those dangerous insects that comes to damage your plant. So you're not only getting the economic value, but you're actually getting a pest control value from doing this as well. And of course, as I said, if you have your thyme, you can go ahead same way and plant the thyme. Alright, just clean it up just like I show you, put it in there, water it, and the thyme will remain fresh. If you have your onion, is the same thing. That part of the onion, just because I don't have any onion to show you, because as I said, with the whole first thing, I am from St. Catherine, you can't even go out right now to get anything. But if you have the onion, what you could do, that part of the onion where you see the roots coming from and the bulb, you just dig a area, put the onion in there, the onion will send out roots and it will keep fresh. You can harvest it when you want. The whole purpose of this, is to actually extend the shelf life of the product so that it don't spoil easily, because we know that these things can be expensive, especially when it comes down to time like holiday, like Christmas. These things can be very expensive, sometimes $600 a pound for scallion. So what you could do in the summer is to actually plant your own scallion by potting them. So in those times when it is in high demand, you can actually have it to use for yourself, and not only for yourself but for your neighbors and for your family. Alright, so this is it. And remember, what you need is your container or a pot. You put a little gravel in the bottom of it to ensure drainage, and you want to punch a few holes in the bottom so that the water can escape when you water it. And as I said, if it's a clear container, root don't like light, so actually paint the bottle or wrap it with wrapping paper or just put in a plastic bag, and that's it. Alright, when you finish, you water this and you just put this at a window, and of course, aesthetically, of course, it looks good. Alright, to top off this now, what you could do actually is to get some gravel and just put some gravel on the top of it, and that will help with the looks of it, and it don't have to be unsightly. So you put some gravel or you get some wood chip, you put at the top of it, and that will actually keep the moisture inside of the soil longer, and actually provide an aesthetic value as well. Alright, so thank you very much for viewing. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you actually go ahead and do it so as to save money, right, and keep safe during this dangerous time, or should I say serious time. Keep safe, and remember, go out, turn on your yard.